Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel, and today we are going to explore about the world's real-time billionaires. The billionaires of this world at the current state, and this is brought to you courtesy of Forbes magazine. So according to Forbes, a well-conducted research, we are going to be able to see who are these who made it at the top 10 of the world billionaire list, the richest, the wealthiest people on earth, and the country they come from, the industry they fall under, their net worth, and also we can get to understand some of the activities or industries that they lead. Surprisingly, if we scroll down, we will be able to see the list. The list is given in terms of age, in terms of gender, in terms of younger or older, in terms of the industry, and also country stroke territory. But the top ranking in the top 10 are Elon Musk, who comes position 1 with a net worth of 363.6 billion US dollars. He made a significant improvement, no losses, and is at the age of 53 years old. Some of the sources of his wealth include Tesla and SpaceX, Tesla being the car manufacturing company, the electric car, and also SpaceX, the mission to the space and the moon. And he comes from the United States. We all understand that Elon was born and raised in South Africa, then later on joined his mother in Canada. That's how he got his way to the United States. So right now he's a US citizen and very central and key player in the current government. So in position 2, he is also followed by Jeff Bezos, who is almost similar to him in terms of the industry. So Jeff Bezos comes at position number 2 with almost half of the wealth, that is 190.9 US billions. 61 years of age, owns Amazon. Amazon being an e-commerce platform, electronic commerce, that you can sell and buy goods online. He also comes from the United States. At position 3 is Mark Zuckerberg, whose net worth is 173.8 US billion, age 40, owns Facebook and comes from the United States of America. Remember, he is 40 years of age, youngest amongst this list, and that shows you that in the next few years he might surpass and go to position 1 because he has all the time and he has a growing company. Then we also have Larry Ellison, who comes at number 4 with net worth of 162.2 US billion, made an improvement in his net worth, age 80 years old, owns Oracle being a digital software company, and he comes from the United States. We also have at position 5 Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett net worth is 161.9 US billion. He is 94 years old, and some of his wealth comes from Berkshire Hathaway. We are going to learn about that, and he also comes from the United States, meaning the first 5 originate from the United States. That is quite remarkable. Then at number 6 we have Bernard Arnold and family with 145.2 US billion dollars, age 76, and then the source of his wealth is from LVMH, and it comes from France. We are going also to look more about it. We also have at number 7 Larry Page with 126.8 US billion as net worth, 52 years of age. He is part of Google from the United States also. At number 8 we have a Spanish called Amancio Ortega with 122.1 US billion, age 89, and owns Zara. Zara being a very big brand, clothing and fashion industry. At number 9 we have Sergey Brin with 121.6 US billion, comes from United States and is also part and parcel of Google, age 51. That's a good age for Sergey Brin. At number 10, lastly, we have Steve Ballmer, also comes from the United States with 112.4 billion US dollars as net worth and is part of Microsoft. So you can see from this list we have different sectors. We have Tesla and SpaceX being somehow manufacturing. We have Amazon being a digital e-commerce company. We have Facebook from Mark, there is a digital ICT company. We have Oracle ICT also. We have these two, we are going to find out more about it. We have Google being a digital ICT company. We have Zara being a fashion company. We have Google being a digital ICT. We have Microsoft digital ICT. So from this list, you might also make a conclusion that for you to make it, the best industry to actually delve deeper into is the ICT industry, followed by manufacturing and then fashion. So we are going to explore one by one and we can be able to understand everything behind these billionaires. So we're starting with Elon Musk. So what about Elon Musk? Who is Elon Musk? How does he look like? So this is the picture, most recent picture of Elon Musk, and he is the CEO of Tesla. His net worth is 363.6 billion net worth, and today he is the wealthiest man on the planet. So Elon Musk co-founded 7 companies, including the electric car maker Tesla, rocket producer SpaceX, and artificial intelligence startup XAI. This is an intelligent AI company that has propped out from Twitter, that is X. Initially it was called Twitter, but he bought it and changed the name to X. So X has produced its own AI platform called XAI. So he owns about 12% of Tesla, excluding options, but has pledged more than half his shares as collateral for personal loans of up to 3.5 US billion. So you can see there's a very important point here. Number one, he doesn't own the company 100%. No, because he sees value in bringing a team closer. So by doing so, he is introducing very skillful people to his team, and that is what makes teamwork. So this one characteristic we can learn from Tesla, Elon, and also another important characteristic is about the source of money. Sometimes you can take loans and the loans should be taken with a valid reason. So also loans can boost up your business or your project. So in the earlier 2024, a Delaware judge voided Musk 2018 deal to receive options equaling an additional 9% of Tesla. Forbes has discounted the options by 50% pending Musk appeal. In also SpaceX, founded in 2002, is worth 350 US billion based on a private share sale during December 2024. Musk owns an estimated 42% of the stake, meaning he might be the majority shareholder. Also, Musk bought Twitter in a 44 US billion enterprise value deal during 2022. Forbes estimated that the social media company, which he renamed as X, is worth nearly 70% less of the August 2024. So from here we can see that Elon saw something good in Twitter, and indeed Twitter is a raw mining place whereby right now it is the #1 world source of news and information. There is unverified, there is authentic, there is raw information. So that is why Elon had to fight really hard to buy this Twitter, because it entails real-time data from people, and you know the people are the engine of driving a business. So using Twitter is able to conduct surveys that can help him progress also in his mission. So Musk owned an estimated 54% of XAI, which he founded in 2023. Private investor valued the company at a reported US 50 billion in November 2024. So you can see from the year 2016 all along to the year 2025, there is a span of almost 19 years. He has been able to consistently, that is 9 years, he has been able to consistently increase his net wealth, which is very good observation. So currently is the number one billionaire in the world, and according to Forbes also last year he was number one in the world. So the sources for his wealth include Tesla, SpaceX, and now we are going to look more into that. Residence comes from Austin, Texas, has 11 children, divorced, and his educational background is Bachelor of Arts Science at University of Pennsylvania. So this is a motivation for you that whatever bachelor's degree that you might be able to do from campus, whatever degree that you graduated with, it is not the end of the world. Whether you get a job or not, whether you are working in the industry you studied for or not, the most important thing is, are you able to come up with a solution that addresses a specific problem? So we are going to look at Tesla and SpaceX and see what it is about. So I'm going to search about Tesla. So that we can be able to look a little bit about Tesla. So this is Tesla, an electric car company that is making very good electric vehicles. This is the company owned by Elon. You can see these are the types of cars that they are able to make. They are also making solar panels. These are some of the solar panels that they have. That is renewable energy. These are charging port for electric cars. This is an example of the electric car that they are also making. So that was Tesla. What about SpaceX? Still by Elon. Let's look at SpaceX and see what it is about. So this SpaceX designs, manufactures and launches advanced rockets and spacecraft. So we can see that Tesla, SpaceX designs, manufactures, launches advanced rockets and spacecraft. This company was founded in 2002 to revolutionize space technology. So using this SpaceX company, the government of the United States of America or any other interested government can actually procure some services to do some studies on the space technology, or also to do the space explorations. So that is where SpaceX comes in, and it makes significant funds through that. So we are going back to the second billionaire on the list. Let's look at who it is. That is Jeff Bezos. So we are going to look more about Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon. So here is a picture of Jeff Bezos. He's the chairman and founder of Amazon with a net worth of 190.9 billion US dollars. So Jeff Bezos co-founded an e-commerce giant called Amazon in 1994 out of his Seattle garage. So this idea came up to his mind while he was inside his home garage. That is what we can learn from this fact. Bezos stepped down as CEO to become executive chairman in 2021, he owns a bit less than 10% of the company. You can imagine a company that is making him the second richest in the world. He still owns just 10%, less than 10% of that company. He and his wife Mackenzie divorced in 2019 after 25 years of marriage, and he transferred a quarter of his then 16% Amazon stake to her. So remember, this wife of Jeff Bezos, whom they divorced together, she still became the top 10 richest woman in the world. So maybe we can be able to look at who is this Mackenzie. So let's look at her in the new tab. Mackenzie Scott. So here is Mackenzie Scott, the wife of the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos. Sorry, Mackenzie is an American novelist, philanthropist, and ex-wife to Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. As of December 2024, she has a net worth of US dollars 42.1 US billion, making her one of the richest women in the planet. So remember, they divorced and she had to take part of that assets that they had owned together as a couple. So in 2020, Bezos committed to donate US $10 billion to climate causes by 2030 through his Bezos Earth Fund. He has granted $2 billion so far. And remember, initially he and his wife Mackenzie divorced in 2019 after 25 years of marriage. And through that divorce, he was able to transfer 16% of Amazon stake to her. 16%, which means he transferred more than what he owns. That is a good act. And he owns the Washington Post and Blue Origin. He also has a space exploration company, an aerospace company developing rockets. He briefly flew to space in July 2021, and just recently last week, Katy Perry was amongst the crew that went to the space through one of his rockets. So Bezos said in a November 2022 interview with CNN that he plans to give away the majority of his wealth in his lifetime without disclosing specific details. So one thing to note is that these billionaires, sometimes they also donate their wealth and they don't keep it to themselves. So what about the graph? We can see in the year 2020 his net worth dropped, and also in the year 2023 his net worth dropped, but still is going up on that graph. So in the year 2025 he was the third amongst the billionaires in the world, and now in the year 2024 he was second, but now in the year 2025 he went down to number 3. So that is something we can note. So the source of his wealth are Amazon, and is self-made. Also is a resident of Miami, Florida. Right now he's engaged to another lady, and he has 4 children. His educational background is Bachelor of Arts Science. The major is science at Princeton University in the USA. So that is Jeff Bezos. Maybe you can look at Amazon. What is this Amazon? And also Blue Origin. So Amazon, this is the e-commerce platform that enables you to buy and sell products online. So here is Amazon. So he owns this website. This website entails many products that are being sold online. Another company that he owns is the Blue Origin. So Blue Origin is here. So this company deals with for the benefit of Earth. This was the most recent trip, as you can see here. They do space exploration. They also make rockets. In case you are a client and you want to have a rocket to explore the space, that is what it does. So that takes us to number 3, and number 3 is a 40-year-old billionaire called Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg is also a United States citizen, doing a very great and wonderful job. This is him, currently married and has kids. So a 19-year-old Mark started Facebook in 2004 for our students to match names with photos of classmates. That was just a project in school. Then he took Facebook public in 2012. He now owns about 13% of the company in stock. So yet again, we can see all these billionaires, they don't own 100% of the companies that they are working with. They just own a minority of the shares. Why? Because they want to bring in some brilliant minds so that they can be able to achieve this together. That is something that most of the entrepreneurs miss on. So Facebook changed its names to Meta in 2021 to shift the company's focus to metaverse. In 2015, Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan pledged to give away 99% of their Meta stake over their lifetime. So if you look at this graph, you can be able to see he is growing tremendously. Since 2016, he only fell in 2020, 2022 and 2023, but projected tremendously very high 2024 and 2025. So what about him? In the year 2024, he was position 3 as the world's wealthiest, and now currently is at number 2. So the age of 40, comes from California, married and has 3 children. What about education? He is a dropout of Harvard University, but that does not encourage you to drop out unless you are sure about what you're going to do. So for him, he knew that Facebook was the success story that he had. So that is all about position number 3. Then we have position number 4, that is Larry Ellison. Let's look at Larry Ellison, who is 80 years old and owns Oracle. So we are going to look at also what is Oracle. So here is Larry Ellison, is the CTO and founder of Oracle. Chief Technical Officer, I guess so. 162.2 billion US dollars as the net worth. What does he do? He is the chairman and chief technology officer and co-founder of software giant Oracle. It's a software company of which he owns roughly 40%. So here he owns a majority of the shares, we can say so, individually. He gave up the Oracle CEO role in 2014 after 37 years at the helm. What does that tell us? Sometimes you as the founder, you don't have to die in that company as the owner. No, sometimes you can step down and give the opportunity to someone who's better than you, so that the company can also progress and move forward. So here we see that Oracle has grown in part through steady acquisition of software companies. The biggest was 28.3 US billion for electronic health records company Cigna in 2021. So you can see, besides being a software company evolving from time to time, you can be able to spot challengers. People are doing something that can be better than yours. The best way to compete with them sometimes is to buy them. So that is what he did. So in 2020, he moved permanently to the Hawaiian island Lanai, which he bought nearly all of it in 2012 for US dollars 300 million. So he went to Hawaii and bought his own island. So Ellison sat on Tesla's board from December 2018 to August 2022. He owned 45 million split adjusted shares before stepping down as a director. So you can see there is one way he is connected to Elon, who is position 1 as the wealthiest in the world. That is through the Tesla. So what about his projective graph? He has been growing since 2016 up to 2025. His net worth has been growing very well. In the year 2024, he was at position 4, and now in 2025, still at position 4. Age of 8 years old, comes from California, in a relationship with 4 children. What about education? He dropped out from the University of Chicago, later went on to University of Illinois and dropped out still, but that did not discourage him from becoming the best, and now is at the top there with the best and wealthiest billionaires of the world. So he never finished college. He started out building databases for the CIA. Okay, so that is all about Larry Ellison. So we go to number 5, that is Warren Buffett. Let's look at Warren Buffett from the US, 94 years old. So looking at Warren Buffett, here we can be able to see he is the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. What about that? Known as the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors of all time. Look at this great all done. He is one of the most successful investors of all time. Buffett runs Berkshire Hathaway, which owns dozens of companies. So this is a brand that owns dozens of companies, including the insurer Geico, battery maker Duracell, and restaurant chain Dairy Queen. So the son of a US congressman, he first bought stock at age 11 and first filed taxes at age 13. He has promised to donate 99% of his wealth, and so far he has given $62 billion, mostly through the Gates Foundation that is connected to Bill Gates and his kids foundation. In 2010, he and Bill Gates launched the Giving Pledge, asking other billionaires to commit to donating at least half of their fortune to charitable causes. So he agreed to that challenge. So what about his net worth? Since 2016 all the way to 2025, you can see his net worth has been growing also, with just 2 drop downs, that is 2020 and 2023. Last year he was number 5 and this year is number 6. Age 94, comes from Nebraska, Omaha in the United States. He is widowed and again remarried with 3 kids now. What about his education? He did a Master of Science from Columbia University, also Bachelor of Arts Science from University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Here you can see the entrepreneurs that we've previously discussed on. They did actually some Bachelor of Arts. So seems like this university course is very entrepreneurial and encourages you to become successful in the industry. So that was all about Warren Buffett, who comes at position number 5. So we are going to position number 6, that is Bernard Arnault and family, who owns LVMH and comes from France. Now we've done with the United States billionaires. We are at number 6 now with the French, who has penetrated that monotony in the list. So what about Bernard Arnault and family? So here is Bernard Arnault. We can see that being at the age of 76, is still up there as the chairman of Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. That's a brand, a clothing brand that is very, very powerful, fashion, and also I think manufacturing. So Bernard Arnold oversees the Louis Vuitton empire of 75 fashion and cosmetic brands, including the Louis Vuitton and Sephora. Sephora. I hope my pronunciation is good. So LVMH acquired American jeweler Tiffany and Company in 2021 for 15.8 US billion, believed to be the biggest luxury brand acquisition ever. So Arnold Holding Company Agache backs venture capital firm Agli Ventures, which has invested investments in business such as Netflix and TikTok parent company ByteDance. His father made a small fortune in construction. Arnold get his start by putting up 15 million US dollars from that business to buy Christian Dior in 1984. So Arnold's 5 children all work at Louis Vuitton. In July 2022, he proposed a reorganization of his holding company Agache to become a limited partnership. Louis Vuitton was the lead sponsor of the 2024 Paris Olympics, and together with Arnold contributed 200 million euros to the restoration of Notre Dame Cathedral, which reopened in December 2024. Remember, this one caught fire and it was really damaged, being a very historical monumental building structure. So you can see from 2016 all the way to 2025 there has been a progressive improvement with slight backfalls, but in the year 2018 he was at number 56 globally. Today he is position 5, that is 51 positions up front. So personally we can see he's at age 76. All his wealth comes from Louis Vuitton umbrella of brands. He comes from France, married with 5 children. But what course did he do? Bachelor of Arts from École Polytechnique de Paris, that is in French. So that was all about Bernard Arnold, the owner of Louis Vuitton. So whenever you buy that brand, clothing, bags, or any item, remember you bought it from Arnold. What about position 7, which is taken by a United States citizen who owns Google, and that is Larry Page. So we are going to look at Larry Page and understand also his background. So here is Larry Page, and from here we can see that Larry Page is the co-founder and board member of Alphabet. So with what is Alphabet company? Let's first of all look at that. Alphabet. So here is Alphabet. According to Wikipedia, it's an American multinational technology conglomerate holding company headquartered in Mountain View, California. It's the world's 3rd largest technology company by revenue after Amazon and Apple. So it comes number 3 in terms of revenues and amongst the IT companies. It was created through restructuring of Google in October 2nd, 2015, and became the parent holding company of Google and several former Google subsidiaries. It is considered as one of the big 5 American ICT companies. There is information and technology alongside Amazon, Apple, Meta, Facebook, and Microsoft. Wonderful. So we can see this is an IT company, information and technology, and also a parent company linked to Google. So Larry Page stepped down as CEO of Alphabet, the parent company of Google, in 2019, but remains a board member and controlling shareholder. He co-founded Google in 1998 with fellow Stanford PhD student Sergey Brin. So we can see here he had done some PhD. With Brin, Page invented Google PageRank algorithm which powers the search engine. So Page was CEO until 2001 when Eric Schmidt took over, and then from 2011-2015 when he became the CEO of Google, new parent firm Alphabet. What about his net worth? It has been growing since 2016 all along to 2025. At the year 2024, he was position 6, but today he is at position 7. 52 years old, self-made, source of wealth being Google. He comes from California, married, and with one kid. What did he do? He did a Master's of Science from Stanford University. He also did Bachelor of Arts from University of Michigan. So that was Larry Page at number 7. What about at number 8, the only Spaniard in the list of top 10, that is Amancio Ortega. So we are going also to look at Amancio Ortega. So here he is, as old as he is, as young as he is, as brilliant. You can be able to witness. So Amancio Ortega of Spain is one of the wealthiest clothing retailers in the world, owning which company? Company called Zara. He owns a pioneer in fashion. He founded Inditex, known for its Zara fashion chain, which with his ex-wife Rosalia Mera in 2013 in 1975. He owns about 60% of Madrid listed Inditex, which has 8 brands including Massimo Dutti, Pull and Bear, and 5,000 stores around the world. So you can see he has like small boutiques around the world, which if counted they amount to up to 5,000. In 2022, after working at Inditex for 15 years, his daughter Marta Ortega Perez became chairperson of the company. Ortega earns more than $400 million in yearly dividends, which he reinvests primarily in real estate across Europe and North America. So one thing you can see from these millionaires is that the profits they generate, they don't squander it. They reinvest it in assets as the daughter is doing. So since the year 2016, his graph has gone up all along up to 2025 with just slight backfalls. He's still at position number 9 throughout. Age 89. His source of wealth comes from Zara and is a Spaniard, married with 3 children. What about this Zara? What is Zara? Let's look at Zara so that we can get a snippet about it. We all know that Zara is a fashion and clothing brand, very popular in the world. So this is just a simple explanation about Zara. If you find time, you can also do some more interrogative research on that matter. At position number 9, a United States citizen, owner of Google, that is Sergey Brin. We're going to look at this 51-year-old, what is actually accomplishing at Google. So here is Sergey Brin, the co-founder and board member of Alphabet. So you can see Sergey Brin is still a co-founder and a member of Alphabet that we had previously discussed on, and both as a co-founder previously, like the other United States billionaire, they both belong to Google and Alphabet. Sergey Brin stepped down as president of Alphabet, parent company of Google, in December 2019, but remains a board member and a controlling shareholder. Brin moved to the US from Russia when he was 6 years old in the wake of anti-Semitism against his family. He co-founded Google with Larry Page, that we had mentioned earlier, in 1998 after two met at Stanford University while studying for advanced degrees in computer science. So Google went public in 2004 and began trading as Alphabet, a newly created parent company, in 2015. Brin has reportedly put 250 million into LTA research, his high-tech airship project. So you can see since 2016 he's been growing tremendously, and in the year 2024 he was at position 7, now in 2025 at position 8. Not a bad decline. He is 51 years old, comes from California, separated with 3 children now, and education wise he has a Masters of Science from Stanford University and also Bachelor of Arts Science, University of Maryland, College Park. So that is all about Sergey Brin, who comes as number 9. And lastly, in that top 10 list, we have Steve Ballmer from the United States of America, 69 years old, and owns Microsoft. So let's look about it as we conclude this documentary. So here is Steve Ballmer, owner of Los Angeles Clippers. This is a basketball team in the United States of America. So Steve Ballmer is the high wattage former CEO of Microsoft, who led the company from 2000 to 2014, that is 14 years. He joined Microsoft in 1980 as employee number 30 after dropping out of Stanford Masters in Business Administration program. We can see here Ballmer actually oversaw Microsoft after the first dot-com crash, and through efforts to catch up to Google in search capabilities and Apple in Apple mobile phones. The same year he retired from Microsoft, he bought the NBA Los Angeles Clippers for 2 billion US dollars. Forbes now value the team at 4.65 billion dollars. He has ramped up his philanthropy since 2014. To date, the Ballmers give away more than 4 billion US dollars. In 2022, he and his wife committed a 425 million US dollars to University of Oregon for an institute to address the behavioral and mental health needs of children in the state. So you can see from since 2016 all along to 2025, his graph has been going up. In the year 2025, world's richest sports team owners, and now currently he is number 10 overall as the billionaires of this world. So he is at 69 years of age. His main source comes from Microsoft company and comes from Washington, United States, married and with 3 children. What course did he do? Bachelor of Arts Science at Harvard University, but dropped out from Stanford University. So in a nutshell, we've been able to see all these billionaires, and one common trend amongst them, apart from owning just a minority percentage in their companies, we have seen that they did a course called Bachelor of Arts. Does really Bachelor of Arts make you this wealthy? Bachelor of Arts, let's look at it. So what is this Bachelor of Arts? So Bachelor of Arts BA is a 4-year undergraduate degree that focuses on humanities and social sciences. It's designed to develop critical thinking, communication, and analytical skills while allowing students to specialize in a specific area of interest within the broader field of arts. Bachelor of Arts program often includes general education requirements across various disciplines before students focus on a major. So that is the end of this short video, and we hope that it is going to inspire you to continue doing what you always do until you succeed. May God bless you. Don't forget to comment, add a comment for the next video that you would like us to do for you. Also share this video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so that in one way you can also support us and we'll continue doing this great job. Otherwise, I wish you all the best and may God bless you.